Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. Sometimes you ask yourself, where do you start? Because there are flows of good news, excitement, expectations this Sunday. But I think we should start from, did it come as a surprise that Messi did win his 7th Ballon d'Or? Of course, people are saying, why give it to Messi? We have Lewandowski. Why not him? We have Jorginho. He won the Euros. Why not him? He won the Champions League. But then Copa America, just like our own AFCON, is also there. So the man was, for those who voted, it is subjective. This is not because of FIFA gave him or Ballon d'Or gave him. Sometimes these things it has to be based on sentiments, basically. Of course, the achievements, the statistics are all there for all to see. But when you find out that probably those who are voting from Portugal will vote, opposite exactly what those who are voting from Spain will vote, or those who are voting from Argentina, the representative will vote exactly opposite what those who are voting from Brazil will vote. It tells you that it has nothing to do with whatever. It is your own person, and then you make sure that the other person who is a rival to your own does not win, and that's how it is. It is subjective, like we say, and then what of the knowledge of those who vote? How informed are they? If it has to be on technical basis, it has to be on achievement. It has to be on rating that you are waiting. On weighted average is what each and every one of us are achieved. That it is based on that you are voting. No. If I want to vote Ronaldo, no matter what I tell Ronaldo, he is the top scorer of all time. I vote him. If I want to vote Messi, of course, he can dribble everybody and put it into the net. Formerly, they say, okay, win the title, win the World Cup, win the Euros, win the AFCON, and all those things, do they count? But right now, it has to be all subjective. It has to be down to a popularity contest, and that is how many Twitter followers you have, how many people on Instagram, how many of them want to follow you, how many followers of your club and stuff. So but the excitement is still there. We'll still be voting for who is best in Africa. We'll still be voting for FIFA, the best one coming up in January. So basically, this is just a tip of the iceberg, but Messi has 7 in his kitty. The nearest man is Ronaldo. He's right there at 5. So let us see, do you think this gap can be narrowed? Because it all boils down to between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Ballon d'Or, when the lines are open, because Lionel Messi did say something. He said, Lewandowski, you deserve it, but not this year. Last year, we all agree that you are unanimously, we all said you are, but France football didn't give it to you. And he said, please give it to him. Do you want France to go back to the 2020 cancelled Ballon d'Or and hand it over to Robert, the goal machine, Lewandowski? Let's see if they will do that. They said they are considering it, but it is not their decision. It has to be collective. It has to be everybody who is involved to say we don't want to chip in this award. There was a reason why we did not give it. But if there was a worthy winner in that year, probably they will do that. They are considering it. Are you also considering it? Should they get that 2020 award back to Robert Lewandowski, which for those who are contesting with him, said he was supposed to be the worthy winner. So that one is there. I will look at it. We'll talk about the countdowns to the World Cup. We have how many days now? We have 351 days to the World Cup. We have 35 days to AFCON, and I tell you, we have 43 days to the Australian Open. All these things are happening right down in 2022, January 2022 to December 2022. So that is how it is going to be. At the Formula One, which we will start the show with, but just hold on a minute. Today is a make or mar. You either win today and know that probably what comes out there, because a win for Verstappen would have sealed it for his number 1. But then Hamilton, 8 points behind, is still fighting to say, wait, how do I do it? He came back from that crazy drive in Brazil. I don't know how it happened, but somebody can explain to us later on. But then, and from then on, we had a fight in our hand. It was supposed to be smooth sailing. It was supposed to be a home run for Max Verstappen. But as at now, it is good we have issue. It is good the whole world is going there. But I hope the cars get to the end of the race, because I tell you, it's going to be exciting today when at the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, they take the Lewis on pole, protected by Valtteri Bottas. But then the man who said says, I want my first title. It's right there on third, and let's see how it is going to pan out. It is the Davis Cup final today. I tell that is the Tennis World Cup and not the Grand Slam. The Grand Slam are for the individuals. Those are for the national team. And it will be Russia taking on Croatia. The Serbs with Novak Djokovic, the world number one, and the Germans, we were knocked out in the semis. So let's see who will, be crowned as the tennis king of the world. Not in the, like I say. And then something beautiful happened right in Brazil because Hulk and Diego Costa went back home and Club Mineiro, you understand, Club Atletico Mineiro, won the Brazilian title championship for the first time in 50 years. The last time they did it was 1971. When will our players come back home and make Bendel Insurance, win the league? I don't know. I don't know. We're talking about that. The big one also, Teslim Balogun is banned. FIFA CAF says you cannot use this stadium because it is substandard. They have a lot of issues with it. So let's see if before our next home match, what is going to happen. But then, surrounding that is the Arab Cup, because the Arab Cup is going around there with 5 African teams participating. Two of those teams, Egypt and Sudan are in our group, while one of them, especially Egypt, will be if they gain points there. I tell you this, Nigeria might drop from the top 5 into the bottom 5, and that tells you we might pick Senegal or might pick Morocco, and then some of those countries say we are trying to avoid, for the World Cup road to Qatar. So, but the most beautiful of them all is that right there in Tbilisi, Georgia, we are doing well. We shall show you the medals table. We shall tell you how we are digging gold right there. Because I tell Nigeria is first and foremost a Scrabble nation. Nigeria is a weightlifting nation. Nigeria is a para-weightlifting nation. And I tell you this, Nigeria is now becoming, how do I say it, a basketball nation. But let us start where we're supposed to start, because Soliu has been waiting for us, patiently. We want to talk Formula 1. We want to start with Formula 1. We want to talk about those racetracks, burning the racetrack there. And I tell you, who is best to call on than Soliu Adeyemo, our expert, in motorsport. Hello, Soliu, how are you? Soliu, are you there? I can see you. I hope you're also hearing me. We're trying to connect. We are trying to connect to Soliu. Okay, let's see if we can get him. So when we get him, he will join us. Like we said, we have 2 races to go. This and the final race, and then the way it is panning out. I tell you, nobody expected it. Because a while ago I talked about that race in Brazil before they went to Qatar, and by then, Max Verstappen had that comfortable lead, but it's with Hamilton, a 10-point grid penalty, and another 5 points, 15 points behind, and he still went on, I tell you, to win that race. It is something to behold. But let's start before we join Soliu. When Soliu is ready, we'll just join Soliu at the Adeyemo and talk about Formula 1. Let's go back to what we're talking about here. The Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or was just, of course, it was all controversy towards that, and when the short list came out, I was seeing Karim Benzema, Robert Lewandowski, and Messi. We know that Jorginho was out. We know that all other players, the Chelsea players were out who won the Champions League. And then at the end of the day, the votes did come out, and Lionel Messi emerged the winner. A controversy, of course, it trilled it. Others said it was fraudulent. And then some people are saying, okay, what criteria? He didn't win the league. He didn't win the Champions League. He only won the Copa America and Copa del Rey. So why was he voted? But then we've seen all this happen all over and over again. Some of us remember the 2013 Ballon d'Or. Of course, most of us also screamed the way other people are screaming now when the then FIFA president Sepp Blatter, ordered that the voting should be retaken. It's not as if it was actually extended initially, and after extension, and they now said, okay, you can also change your vote. That if you have voted before for so person, and at this point you can now change it, and the thing swung to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he won that. So those who are also saying, look, you are giving to somebody who wants something tangible. If you want the Euros and want the Champions League, it is bigger than winning the Copa America and also winning the Copa del Rey, but also others saying how did you dominate the tournament which you won? How many man of the match award did you get? How many assists did you get? How many saves did you make? Some of these stats are there to guide those who make those choices. You are talking about technically, but not the flamboyance. Not just everybody won it, because if you say you are winning the Champions League, it was not by one man, but who was instrumental to the winning to them winning it, and that was what that is. N'Golo Kante. Some of us said yes. I mean, how many man of the matches did this man get? Why was he not among the top 3? You can argue that, but France also did not go far in the Euros, where Italy, picked it. So I mean, they are all there, but like I said, I don't. It is subjective. So who I want is different than from who you want. So when he joins us, we shall join him. But we're looking at. Let's look at the winners of the Ballon, the winners of the Ballon, while we are waiting to join Solio for this. Messi is the rightful winner for the Ballon d'Or for male. The lady that played with assistant to Oshoala at Barcelona, Alanis Putellas, she won the women Ballon d'Or. While a new role, okay, that is Messi. A new role was created for Robert Lewandowski for striker of the year, while Gigi Donnarumma from PSG, he used to be at AC Milan, was voted as the best goalkeeper. So that is Messi there accepting, okay, about to be given, okay, that is him accepting it from his friend, and that is it. So I don't know. Will he win another one? His form at PSG is like we are seeing a different Messi entirely. Probably his environment, it is the A, whatever it is. But let's see, that is his family, his beautiful family, the wife and kids, all of them celebrating with him, So that is the Eiffel Tower lit up for Messi when he picked the seventh Ballon d'Or.
Partout dans Paris, Léo, avec ce Ballon d'Or. Tu es ici, chez toi, à la maison. Bravo, 2 monuments. Encore bravo, s'il vous plaît, à Léo Messi pour ce 7e Ballon d'Or.
All right, you are hearing that, and also, of course, all right.
Alexia Putellas.
All right, Putellas, but Alexa Putellas, she won that for the female, like I said earlier on. Robert, Lewandowski, I said, okay, fine, let us compensate you. You would have won the other one. You didn't win this one, but then you've been informed, scoring goals for both club and country, and then you've been the best scorer for this period. Okay, you give it the best striker, the best goalkeeper. Okay, if you have the best striker, the best goalkeeper, probably also have the best midfielder, and so that is how that one ended. The controversy is still there, and those of you were itching to calm down. But like we said, the World Cup will be there in 351 days from now. But while that is on, and then the AFCON is just about 35 days away in Cameroon, and the Arab Cup is on. Why are we taking interest in the Arab Cup? Because Egypt is participating in the Arab Cup. Morocco is participating in the Arab Cup. Tunisia is there. Algeria is there. And Sudan are there. But then when you look at, Europe have done their draws, but we have not done ours. And so we want to do ours in January. And then almost at the end of January. So some people are saying that whether we're going to use the January ranking or the November ranking, to do the seeding. If that is done, we've not been doing anything for now. The Super Eagles have not been playing, and then so probably we are not picking any point. But Egypt has played 2 matches and won 2 matches at the Arab Cup, which means probably that might boost their ranking in January when the December and the January ranking do come out. And if that happens and we do not pick, there is the possibility that Egypt will leapfrog Nigeria into the top 5 of the African rankings of the top 10, the 10 teams that have qualified for the second round. So if that happens, we have the luxury of picking the lesser teams. Of course, the lesser don't mean that they are less dangerous, but based on form by now, based on ranking, there are countries that we want to avoid. And then, okay, these are if you are given the choice, who would you love to play? I would love to play Mali, or you want to play Senegal. So those are the things. So basically, we'll look at that is what we are looking at and see how we can we'll go over there. But we are also happy that of course last we talked about Victor Osimhen, that Victor Osimhen was probably out of AFCON, but from what the feelers we are getting, they said probably he will start training earlier than expected. He may join the team, but in his absence, Emmanuel Dennis is doing so well that he has been shortlisted among the players of the month in the EPL. Awoni scored yesterday as his team defeated RB Leipzig. So we have players, even Joe Aribo scored also. So we have players who also that say, going to January, we are also informed. But something else is also happening because we are hearing that maybe by tomorrow or so, Nigeria will be designated as a red list zone by the UK. Which means if you are coming from Nigeria to United Kingdom or to your players coming and going, you have to isolate for about 11 days. So how will that affect our team going to going right there for preparation? Because if they leave England to come in here, it means after playing tournament, when they go back again, they're going to spend 11 days in isolation. So I don't know, most of these things are the way they are coming in. We need to find a balance. We need to find how we can go go around it. If we can get exceptions, if the testings can be accelerated, can be maybe testing them every 2 or 3 days in order to make sure that they are there. But these are the challenges that the African teams are going to face because we are having our AFCON in January. Of course, by the time we're having in January, we now push those, okay, fine, let us take it to June, to the summer, when every other league is off, while we're playing it there. But circumstances have brought it back to January, and this is what we are facing. Also, remember that even the Qatar World Cup is not taking place in the summer. It is taking place in midwinter, November the 21st to December the 18th, and that is what it is going to be. Also, talking about the Arab Cup also, the finals of the Arab Cup will take place on December the 18th this year. It is taking place in Qatar, and they're also using it to test run the facilities. All right, this is the Arab Cup, how much, that is involved. The winner will go home with $5.75 million, $5 million for winning the championship, and 750,000 naira for participation. Every team can get that 750. So the winner gets 5 million plus that. Runners up 3 million plus the 750, while the third place team goes home with 2.75 million. A total of 25 million is the booty that they will be sharing there. Every team for just qualifying for that tournament, will go home with a minimum of $750,000. But if you go all the distance and win it, you go home with $5.75 million. So this is what the Moroccans, the Algerians, the Egyptians are all fighting for right there. In Qatar, FIFA Arab Cup 20. And you can say that it is a FIFA sanctioned tournament. That's why you have the FIFA Arab Cup, which means points are gained or lost depending on how you perform right there at this particular tournament. But like I also said, it is also being used to test run those facilities that will be used a year away. Because the finals will come exactly 1 year, December 18, 2022. This one takes place December 18, 2021. So, I mean, they have 1 year after using those facilities to see how it is going to be. This is how organization things are being organized and how they are done. I don't know what is happening. Are we not still getting through to Soliu? All right, I think, okay, so we're having issues with his audio, and when we sort that out, we shall get there, and then he will take us through. So that is about the Arab Cup. Let's move on to tennis now. Like I said, it is Russia taking on Croatia. All right. I've been told good news that we can talk to Soliu. Hello, Soliu. How are you? Okay, we'll still try to see if we can connect it because I don't want to miss that particular segment. The information that is all there, the excitement that Soliu will give us, and then we'll on that. So let's move on to tennis while we are waiting to connect with Soliu. It is Russia taking on Croatia at the 2021 Davis Cup final right there in Madrid. Like I said, it is the tennis World Cup. Nigeria, we used to be in there. There are zones that are, levels, the World Cup level, the European level, the African level. We used to be at the Euro-African level, but right now our tennis is so down. I don't know if we have any player in the top 300 in the world, that will represent us. But unlike, that is what we're talking about. There are certain sports that, okay, fine, we say, do we have the potential? What are we putting in from the grassroots? Just a few individuals who are interested in making sure that these things are done. And it is not the tennis tennis and the racket. I don't think it is too much money. It is too much a fund that can be invested in that to get tennis courts in our schools, to get a grassroots tournaments and get them done. So if we are not doing all that, you don't expect to be playing against the Djokovic's, the Medvedevs, the Nadals of this world. You need to start somewhere, and that is how the sacrifices that you can see a lot of European nations, no matter how small they are producing great players in the male and female categories, the ATP and WTA, and they are moving from the ITTF to the Challenger Series and right down there to the ATP and WTA. So we need to do all that. We need to invest at that particular level if we want to move up to join the elite of tennis. But we are not there yet. It is still something that is not moving on. So let's get that there. The Russians defeated the Serbians because okay, the Russians did beat the Germans while the Croats defeated Serbia. So it is Djokovic out of it. It is if it was a fight, the double, when a reverse single was normally the other Davis Cup, that is what it used to be. But now it is not that. It's just 3. So it is a 3-match thing. So after 2 single and a double, if you don't get it right, forget it. So you can win yours if you win and you beat your partner, which is not the doubles now becomes just the decider, not just where an individual can beat you. If you are good enough as the top seed, you beat two of your opponent. You already have 2 up. You just need the 1 win to progress. But this time it is not. It is the best of 3 and not the best of 5. So that's why it has not been well. It didn't go well for Serbia because you can't have a world number 1. Otherwise, he would have dominated his other team players. But the Croats have when coming into this, they have the Wimbledon and the Olympic doubles champions. So when you have that, you are assured that you are going to get it done. We want to go on a very, very short break. When we come back, we shall see whether we can connect to Solly with Captain Waiting and see how we can get the funds of Formula 1. I'm Kenneth Chonogo. Stay with us.
This tournament is also a way to honor him and also to immortalize him because he did amazingly well during his lifetime. As he won the Nations Cup as a player and also as a coach. So me being part of this tournament, I give God the glory because, of course, I'm one of the admirers of Stephen Keshi during his playing days and also as a coach. So far, so good. This, of course, there's room for improvement, but we really want to go more than this. In this tournament, we want it to go beyond this. We want to where corporate bodies have to come in, government have to come in, all of us have to synergize together and make it a great tournament.
Competitions of this magnitude too will help, to bring out the best in these children. When there are such competitions going on around, you'll be able to really develop the youths in football and be able to see these talents and get them to feed your main team. Stephen Keshi is a household name, and keeping his legacies alive is of great value. So I advise and implore everybody to come around and support the organizers so that henceforth the competitions will be of great importance and the competition will meet the standard which they intend it to be.
That is what we're talking about, the big boss, Stephen Keshi. We're just talking about tennis, that we are not there because we have not invested much in the grassroots development of lawn tennis in this country. So if we are doing that the way we have that passion for football, it is mass participation that is first prerequisite for any sports to succeed, anywhere in the world, and that is what we expect. Jimmy is in the house. Jimmy, you're welcome to the show.
My pleasure to be here.
All right. Let's see. But before we take that, let's go straight. Solio has been waiting for the past 20 minutes. Let's see if we can join Solio at the demo now. Hello, Solio. How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly now. All right. Right. Okay. It's been quite a wait. But let's go straight. Let's go straight to what is happening right there in Saudi Arabia. But let's take the qualifiers yesterday before you give us a general understanding of what this championship is all about there. What did you make of the qualifiers yesterday?
It was expected, Ken, for those people, the like of us who understand what it is to race on a circuit as tiny as that of the Jeddah circuit. Then you expect that you're going to see something like what you saw yesterday. Something that started on Friday. If you follow the practice sessions of Friday, you would have seen that Charles Leclerc had a similar issue, where he had an accident, a minor accident during the practice session. So yesterday, when we saw Max Verstappen, who was going out on his own, he was blistering, he was setting that pace, he was enjoying himself. All of a sudden, then he overbreak or something happened at the end of turn 27, which means that the rear tire ran into one of the barriers, and that was it. That was opportunity for Hamilton to bounce on that and set the fastest lap, which ultimately put him on pole position for the main race today. So it set us perfectly, Ken, for what is going to be an exciting race of this weekend. No, we've not seen Formula One in Saudi Arabia ever. I mean, this is the first time that it's going down there, and it is expected that the circuit that has not been used for a long time will give us such challenges as what we've seen over the weekend.
Let me just stick with Verstappen, because this happened when he was going in the last corner. He was already ahead. Is the competition getting to him? Is he thinking that, look, I must, because even if he had maintained, if he had not tried to accelerate faster, he would have still been on pole. Is this fight of his first championship, is he getting to him psychologically? Because this is his major mistake throughout this particular championship.
Well, if you talk about the mental, his ability to handle the pressure, if that's what you're talking about,
yes,
I do think Max Verstappen is not the first time to quack under the pressure of Lewis Hamilton. If you remember, several times we've seen certain his teammates, just talking about Valtteri Bottas, who also tend to rupture under the pressure of Lewis Hamilton. And also, if you look at the competition, go back in time, look at the competition between Lewis Hamilton and the four-time world champion, talking about Sebastian Vettel. You see that a couple of times, Sebastian also quirked under the pressure. Maybe the pressure is getting to Max Verstappen. He's still a young guy. I mean, don't forget, regardless of what all he has done out there. But again, more away from the pressure, I do think Red Bull made a lot of mistakes, just as Mercedes made a lot of mistakes as well. And yesterday was what we saw was one of their mistakes, because I expected that someone as experienced as Christian Horner, talking about the team principal of Red Bull, should be on the radio telling Max Verstappen how he needed to be careful.
Exactly.
The condition of that particular track. But again, there was no one being that. All they were just being, they were then just enjoying the moment as he was setting those blistering spaces. Remember, Max Verstappen crashed at 153 km/h. That was incendiary. That was astonishing. That was unbelievable. That was too much for anyone to take. I mean, on a circuit as tiny as that of Jeddah circuit. If you look at that circuit very well, Ken, you will notice that it looks like Monaco Grand Prix, and it is more like that, which means you need to be more careful. But yesterday, they threw caution into the air. They were just racing without any recourse toward the sense of caution.
Exactly, because I think I key into when you said, like I said, he has turned all those bends. He was already leading. He would have ended up at pole. There was no need to accelerate. But if there was communication between himself and then and his team, they would have told him, cool down, go at the pace you are going, and then just finish. But like we said, let's take it from there. Look at the outcomes at today. If Lewis, because I know there's still going to be with those tight corner and those fights at that place. I don't know how today is going. I won't miss a second of this race anyway. Let me tell you that I want to enjoy that. I hope they come out in one piece and their cars. But look, can you give us just what the outcome will look like going into the final race? I know that, yes, if Verstappen wins, today, which is still not impossible, the championship would have as good as over. But then, can we look at the other? Look at the standings are there. It is 8 points that is supposed to be that is separating them between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton going into this. It is a 2-horse race. So, can you give us, if Hamilton wins or if Bottas win or whatever it is, what the final, what the outcome, what the championship will look like at this race, at this stage, with just one race to go?
It's just one race to go, as you said, and at this point now, I think for Max Verstappen, the challenge for him is simple. All he needs to do today at the Jeddah circuit is to ensure that he does not finish anywhere below. He does not finish outside
top 3,
outside the podium. Really, he doesn't need to, because if he's able to get there and get at least 15 points, that means he's still able to gain. Okay, let's look at a scenario where Hamilton wins and also gets the point for the fastest lap. That means he has 26 points. So 26 points, with the fact that he has 8-point deficit already, that will definitely put him ahead of Max Verstappen
with about 3 points.
So,
yes.
Yeah, 3 points. So what it means now is that we're going to the final race in Abu Dhabi, where it all goes down to the wire. And you know one thing, Ken, about these 2 races that are left is that we are going to the 2 weekends of totally unknown. No one really knows much, especially about the Jeddah circuit, and nobody really knows much about the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Because if you look at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in the last few years, it has shown us so many surprises in terms of winning. There hasn't been any consistency, even though Hamilton has always enjoyed racing on this particular circuit. But if you look at what you've seen, I think if you ask the question as to why we are here right now, it goes back to a tale of 2 halves. I mean, the first half of the season belongs to Red Bull, where they enjoyed at about 0.248 seconds advantage over Mercedes. But now, just immediately we had that break during this, the in-sync break, and then we came back for the second half. So what we saw is a blistering Mercedes, who seems to be enjoying about close to 0.48 seconds advantage right now over Red Bull, and those advantages, I think, is counting for something. And today, you see, today's race is going to be very critical. The outcome of today's race will determine the championship ultimately, because all the odds, Ken, there is no guarantee the fact that Hamilton is still going to win this race today. So that's why, as you said, I am not going to miss this race. I myself am not going to miss, because it's going to throw up a lot of interesting propositions. So we are not sure yet whether Max Verstappen will still be starting in third, or is going to suffer 5-place grid penalty. That if is just to have damaged any of the jet boxes during that accident yesterday. But again, be that as it may, it's going to be an exciting race, and it's something that no one wants to miss at this point.
Okay, I just want to ask you the final question. It's a two-edged question. Just take us back to Brazil. Was that a revival? Was that a revival for Hamilton? And then, like you said, anything can happen today. How do you expect them? You want them to be cautious. You want them you expect them to throw caution to the wind and say, okay, fine, let us go all out. So just give us any of those. I mean, take us that. Let us know why we get ready for the race later in the day.
I think the turning point for Hamilton in this title challenge was that drive, that masterclass of a drive at Interlagos in Brazil. I mean, that was astonishing. That was out of this world. I mean, coming for a driver who had had a very terrible weekend at Interlagos, where he started in the pit lane. Then you tell maybe the challenge for him will be to get into the top 5. But what did Hamilton do? Hamilton got there with a combination of exemplary, a masterclass driving, and also spot-on strategy from his team, and also for him as a driver. So that was the turning. Because at that point, Max Verstappen seems to be coasting home with the championship, setting as many as 2 race worth of gap. So that, because if Hamilton had not been able to win that race there, we were talking about we would have gone to the races in Mexico, where Max Verstappen would have been miles ahead of Lewis Hamilton. But again, it goes down what I said earlier about the 2 teams getting it right. You know, I've said something on the show before. which a lot of people need to take on board when you are talking about F1, especially as far as this as related to all these guys relate to those machines that they are sitting in. It is a combination of two factors: the machine, which takes the larger percentage in terms of 75%, and also the remaining 25% being the dexterity of and how good a driver is. But there is a minor issue of the strategy as well. If your team does not get their strategy right, I tell you that you are going to be found wanting, and that is what we've seen so far this season. During the first half of the season, Red Bull spot on in terms of car advantage, in terms of driver advantage, in terms of strategy advantage. Second half, Mercedes seems to have turned the corner, and now that's why we are here right now talking about the prospect of Hamilton toppling Max Verstappen at the leaders one. But again, as I said, today's race is going to be very critical. The outcome of this race today will determine where the championship ends next week. Ken.
All right, I want to thank you. You talk about the machine, and then you talk about the man, and then we also talk about the money, and then the strategy. I also talk about the Soliu that is giving it all. Thank you very thank you, Soliu. I hope that
my regards to Jimmy.
Jimmy,
yeah.
Of course, your Formula One palace here.
Soliu, say the truth and let the devil be ashamed. The local palace.
Jimmy, where's
Soliu. Soliu, I know you want Max Verstappen to win. Please be honest about this.
Definitely.
He said, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he said so.
Right.
We don't. I know you guys.
Right.
I know the Max Verstappen people, and we also. I don't want to talk about the Hamilton people because we are watching you guys, and let's see what is going to happen today. Thank you very much, Soliu. It's been a pleasure, and I hope we bring you before the final race, and then so that we can enjoy your knowledge of Formula One.
Definitely, I'll be in the studio probably next weekend.
All right, thank you, Soliu. Okay, Jimmy.
Great one. I think I somehow find myself, I was shocked. I agree with almost everything Soliu said. Not because, he loves Verstappen and I do too, but I think that
you guys love anything but Hamilton.
But I think
because you transferred your love of Vettel to Verstappen. So it's a Formula V. I understand.
But I think the most instructive thing that I gleaned from what he said was when it was about Christian Horner as the team principal. I mean, he should have done better in terms of telling Verstappen to keep it cool. That was very, very important.
I'm telling you.
Keep it cool because he had 0.4 seconds on
Hamilton already.
So, I mean, every position counts because by virtue of the pole, by virtue of your position on the grid and also the eventual outcomes, that's when you're going to get your point. So you don't want to go into races appearing as if you're inexperienced and you really are not mature for it. I've seen Verstappen, he's been fantastic all seasons. He's been on pole 9 times, Hamilton 5 times, and he's almost looking like if care is not taken, all that will be thrown into the bin because it's always very hard racing against who has now proven himself to be the best driver of this generation. So
of all time, please.
Yeah,
Jimmy. It's time.
I agree.
102 wins, 103 poles. Jimmy, 7 championships of all time.
It's usually about the legacy, and I think he's done well. If you give him that tag, nobody will dispute.
No, not if I give him. Jimmy, he has earned it.
He's earned it. So I agree. I succumb.
Okay. All right. We are going to open the lines now. And let's see, you guys can join us. I know I would have taken Soliu in the first segment, but we're having a little bit of technical issues. But he is just giving it to you. You now see why we waited for him so that we can take this. There's a lot of bombshells, like we are saying it. CAF has said Tesla Ballon is banned for now because the list of what the list is. We'll try and give the list of what they are supposed to do, but then it is not undoable. But while we are sitting there, let us see, because the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja was handed over by the Dangote group that just renovated for us. So let us see if Jimmy one is going off while another one is
very commendable, and I think
is coming in.
In May or so, we had 7 stadia, labeled by CAF has been unsuitable to host matches for World Cup qualifiers. And what that means, or what that meant at that point in time, was that countries like Liberia had to go to had to nominate other nations where they, actually hosted qualifiers.
And that's
why we had to go to Morocco. So it looks like we have the options, but we should not be finding ourselves in this kind of position. Now, it's good to talk about, the Abuja Stadium in good light. It's been renovated and all that, but it brings to the front burner the question of infrastructure, especially within the ambit of our sports policy, especially when it comes to budgetary allocations, when it comes to the national and also to the local. We talk about infrastructure, and we are supposed to have local government chairmen ensure that they have funds expended for the purpose of developing sports, especially via, the infrastructural policy. Now, same goes to the national. Now we are seeing that, yes, Dangote has done this. It's always fantastic to have PPP, the private-public projects and all that. But the most important thing is, where exactly is our maintenance culture? We've always been lacking in this, and we can only say that, given this fantastic project, the ministry sees to it that it is properly maintained, and we don't have stories to tell at the end of the day. Okay,
this is, if we can just a brief look at the letter from CAF, and this letter came in since 17th of October. 17th of October.
Actually allowing us to play one of the match days.
You have been.
So there seems to be an issue with communication, because I think that I think we have got a caller.
Nasiru
from Zamfara.
Okay, let's go to Zamfara, because we have Nasiru on the line. Hello, Nasiru, how are you?
Yeah, hello, Channel TV. I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah, thank you, Nasiru.
Well, I want to talk about the issue of Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
2021.
Yeah.
Because my favorite player has won the award. That's Lionel Messi, and I'm very proud of it.
Okay.
So, though some people were against it, and they were saying that Lewandowski should have been awarded, but at least Messi, without Messi, football in the world would destruct, definitely. Wow. So Messi is football. So people should put this into their consideration, that Lionel Messi is just a natural born player. So you don't have to against anything that have been awarded to him. So I'm calling on people, I'm assuring them that he get the 8th and the 9th and the 10th Ballon d'Or.
Nasiru, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy.
That's my wish to Lionel Messi. What's so funny, Charity?
All right. Thank you, Nasiru. They should just name the Ballon d'Or.
I'm not greedy now. I'm just telling the facts about Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi deserves everything about football.
Even if he's not playing well, they should give it to him. All right, thank you, Nasir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nasir said Messi is football.
It's a popularity contest.
Football, it's a popularity contest. So,
you know, when you look at the stats, there will always be arguments for and against, and that's why you have it being very controversial at this point in time. I don't think we really want to go into that now.
No, we are not, because we won't. We're talking about the stadium, and then, like you were saying, CAF did right. They wrote to the Nigerian Football Federation, and that was on the 17th. On the 7th, that's the letter.
Yes.
You know, see, with reference to the inspection.
Visit conducted by CAF in Testing Balogun Stadium as part of the stadium's assessment for homologation.
Based on the inspection report, go on.
So based on the inspection report, I think that we just talk about the key points.
The key points, yes.
Grant a one-match approval for the use of Testing Balogun Stadium in the qualifying matches for FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 match day 5 and 6. Upon conclusion of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 22 match day 5 and 6, a formal prohibition is automatically placed on the use of Teslim Balogun Stadium in any subsequent CAF International Senior National Teams matches and other CAF Men's Interclubs competition. So let's pick a point from here. The pitch, at that point in time, they said that there will be a formal prohibition. That means the things that they already complained about, they expected that would have resolved the niggling issues, but we had not been able to do it. That's why we now have this coming out. So this communication had already, been passed since September. 17th of October.
Let's take Ifeanyi. Hello, Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi, how are you?
I'm okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ifeanyi. Go on.
Yes. How are you?
Fine, fine, very fine.
Good. My pleasure. At least the first time I'm speaking with you.
You are welcome.
Yes. I'm calling from Abuja.
Yeah, okay.
I want to talk about the Super Eagles.
All right.
Yes. I have followed the qualifications from the start to the end to the Nations Cup. And I think that we have a major problem.
Okay.
And the problem I think we have is synonymous to the kind of problem we have with leadership in this country.
Okay, just round up quickly. Just go straight to your point.
I think that the coach, Janet Raw, our current coach, is not fit enough to take us to the Nations Cup.
Okay.
And I think that those of you who are in the forefront of sports in the country should be able to push this thing forward. Nigerians are complaining. We are complaining. We have the stars. We have the players. Our players are doing very well in their different leagues across the world. But we have not been able to get a coach that will harness these talents to give us the kind of team that we had in 96 that got us the Olympics. I think that the desire of Nigerians is that this coach should be dropped before the Nations Cup. And I think that I should use this opportunity to bring you to the front burner and then help that, pray that those that are saddled with the responsibility of taking these decisions do the needful before the Nations Cup.
All right, thank you, fine.
My pleasure.
All right.
My pleasure. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, fine. Before I go back to Jimmy to go on this, as we speak, the FA, the Nigerian Football Federation is owing the coach 5 months' salary in arrears. We have the FA that believes that it's only a foreign coach that can tinker the team. It is their right. We have given a responsibility to run football, so it's not for us to tell them what to do. It's just for them to get results. But also the truth is that they are cash strapped. Now they signed Raw and gave him a new contract lasting till December 2022. So in the neighborhood of how much is being paid, whether it is $45,000 or $55,000, if you sack Raw, which is what they are saying they want to do, you pay him. When I say that is what they pay off and whatever, and also his bonuses. You understand? So we want to go on a short break. Jimmy's here. And when we come back, because we press for time, we'll still look at this stadium balance. And then we'll also look at what our power athletes are doing right there in Tbilisi, Georgia. Stay with us. It's TC Channel Sport on Sunday.
I'm very happy and excited. I think I'm just lucky in this match. Everyone is so tired from World Championships in Houston, and I could feel he's so tired also. But I kept my cool, and it actually worked for me. I put many balls to the table, and he made several errors on his own. I was fighting and fighting. I was never giving up. I actually believe if I'm selected to be here, it means I have what it takes to play. I expect the same thing. I will try my best, and we will see how it goes.
He is there again. That is WTT Cup right there in Singapore. We remember that he also qualified. He's in the quarterfinals now. He also qualified for the quarterfinals. We showed you that last week of the World Championship. So he's now saying, look, I am a top 10 player in the world. When you see Nigerians at this level, Jimmy, when you see them, it gladdens your heart.
I don't think there's any better level of image laundering than this. Because at the end of the day, you look at what he's been able to do, coming from where he has been very consistent. The likes of, we're talking about Omar Asa and himself. Some way, somehow, Omar is not even in the picture now. Because right now, he's 13th ranked.
Yes.
And the way he's going, most likely he will be a top 10 after this competition is concluded. Because he just downed Jakun. Jakun is number 8 in the world.
Yes.
And now he's qualified for the quarterfinals yet again.
This
is something, as far as Africa is concerned.
Top 8. You are 8.
You are 8. At least you have dislodged number 8, so you should go to number 8.
He should be there.
I mean, it's very commendable what he's been able to do, and I think I also adore him for his pet project, what he's been doing for table tennis,
Exactly.
ensuring that infrastructure,
That is
sporting
what
infrastructure
is
is all
supposed to
over
be.
the country.
After
What
Aruna
do you give back? How
Quadri,
do you give
who
back?
are they coming back
Coming
to?
back
You
to,
don't just
exactly.
wait and say, you know, I don't want to mention names. They are not taking care of
Care
us.
of us, yeah.
You have
What
to
do you
give.
do
What did
for,
you do
exactly,
so that
for
you
the
can have those
sports?
who want to succeed you?
Exactly.
As at the time you were there, that you have the opportunity.
What did you do?
At least we can pardon the first set of Nigerian footballers because there was no
we
money. They were
know
not
the
getting
commercial
anything.
exposition wasn't there.
It wasn't there. They just play for the national team, come back, and they cannot, you know, just enough. It is just the popularity, but
Exactly.
the cash was not there.
But right now,
but the next set of people that from the Keshi era who were playing, who were earning
making
dollars, making money, and money, how did you give back to the society? How many of the youth people did you bring back? I would say these are the people that we are pillar as at now, which is what Aruna is doing. Okay, let's go to Tbilisi, Georgia, because let us start with the table, the current table of the the para-powerlifting world championship taking place in Tbilisi, Georgia. Because if you see it there, you see where Nigeria is.
Yes,
this is
China,
the current medals table.
China with 5 gold medals.
Yes.
4 silver medals, 4 bronze medals. Nigeria placed second, 3 gold medals, 1 silver medal, and 2 bronze medals. Egypt, 2 gold, 1 silver, 4 bronze medals. Jordan, 2 gold medals and 1 bronze medal. Iran, a gold medal, 2 silver medals, no bronze medals.
So you see our paralifters, you know, our para-powerlifters.
Yet again, doing the needful.
Doing it, not just winning the gold.
Exactly.
Some of them,
breaking world records.
3 back to back.
The likes of Bose Omolayo, Lucy Ejike, Oluwafemi Ayo.
Yes, Folashade
Oluwafemi. So, you know, these are the things that we love to talk about. When they are up there, let's praise them. When they are doing well, let's praise them. It's so unfortunate we lost Paul Kende.
Exactly.
You know, the top-ranked player then. But right now, you can see what Lucy Ejike has been doing, what she's still doing. Over the years, she has been the world champion. She didn't do well at Tokyo, but right now, she's stormed back. And yes, I'm there. I'm someone to be reckoned with.
Class is
this is exactly why we're excited.
Permanent. This is what we are seeing.
Yes.
And then they go over there, they, you know, a special
and when we talk about support for our special athletes, this is what we are talking about. Because they do us proud all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
You know? So basically, you can this at the World Championship, you cannot,
exactly.
it doesn't go any bigger.
It doesn't come any bigger.
And then go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Break the record, break it again, and this is exactly what they know how to do best.
I tell you.
They keep breaking the records. Wow.
So these are our special athletes, and they are all doing so well. All right. Who do we have? Dio, how are you? Hello, Dio. Good afternoon, Dio.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
All right. I saw the clips of Abuja Stadium, Abiola Stadium now.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, very clear.
And
very clear.
I am so impressed that such a thing can happen in Nigeria in our lifetime. Because I saw that stadium now, I'm so impressed. When they built that stadium newly, by Obasanjo, it was so attractive.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, things went wrong. What is it?
Nigeria factor.
Because Nigeria factors, lack of maintenance.
Yeah.
This facility, how do you maintain it? That's number one question. How do you maintain it? Can you consider that they have maintenance?
I think they said the Dangote group that did the renovation, I think we still handle it for the next 2 years. But after then, what happened?
Excuse me, after 2 years, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. Please. You are, I think, are you?
Go on, Dio.
Hello.
Yes, go on.
I've talked to you one-on-one before.
Okay.
I've talked to you, I remember. For a long time.
Wow.
I've talked to you, we sat down and talked one-on-one, and I'm so much impressed the way you talk to me. But what I'm saying about this, because you are a journalist, you can be telling, and you have the right, you have every ability to talk to the leaders on how to maintain our facilities. It's not enough to build a house. It's all about maintenance.
Exactly.
Maintain your facilities, the whole generation will make it, and they will continue on that same procedure.
Thank you, Dio. Thank you.
Are you hearing?
Yes,
now,
thank you.
Coming back to our league in Nigeria, what really happened with our league? what is going on with our league? You are journalists, please tell them to start this league. What is going on? We cannot do something right in Nigeria for one.
All right, let's talk. Just drop. Let us just take it from there because we are pressed for time. You just asked what happened to our league, and the league is supposed to start by 17th of December. We're told, and we're still hoping it will start. Of course, there's still too many meetings, too many name dropping, too many everything. Rigmarole. But while we are, Jimmy, we're talking about this. We're talking about because I mean he just said that you talk about. The North Africans, the Egyptians were winning the AFCON with their players in the league. We are seeing this the Arab Cup. They are playing with most of their players in the league because they have a league that is ongoing. In Brazil, there is a club. You know, you understand? Atletico Mineiro. They have just won the league for the first time. First time in 50 years. The last time they won it was in 1971. But guess what? Diego Costa, you know him, the man from Atletico Madrid to Chelsea to whatever, and he has another one, Hulk. Hulk, two Brazilian internationals
made millions in China,
came back home, joined the club, and then here you are, a Hulk with 18 goals, I tell you, and the club Atletico Mineiro is the new champion of Brazil. So our players can, that is what it's asking. The league has not started. If it is, even if it is a bridge or a bridge or joint a bridge or whatever a bridge, it is not there. Those who are here are not being paid. So who will leave whatever, even it is better to shine the shoes in Europe than to come back to come and play to the league. This is what we are saying here. We call it out. Some of you believe you are against me. You have opportunity for 6, 7, 8 years. What have you done with it? That is what the question is all about. When will our players come back to the league, a non-existent, a non-functional, a non-playing league, to be jobless, and then when they play, you owe them. So how will that pan out? How? Because even the people are paying, the clubs are owned, are being paid by the taxpayers' money, government money. Money that should be going to other places. We used to run professional football. Okay, anybody we're playing today? All right. All right.
End of rant.
Garba, how are you? Hello, Garba.
I'm fine, Ken. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
People there. You are doing a fantastic job. Let me say this thing expressly quickly. Honestly, I don't know when and why in Nigeria can we not get things right. In every aspect, working activities and other activities we cannot get it right. Why? Other time, are they having 2 heads? We're having 1 head. So are they kind of special human beings and us?
We don't know.
I will ask myself this question. What role is doing up to now? Whenever I saw that man, when I'm watching Nigerian football, I will look at it, that man is just like a secondary school days that we have game master. That you just so-called game master, but you cannot handle the sport. Maybe you rate PE or PhD, they just give you as a game master. That's how I'm looking at that man. He lacks the technical know-how to lead Nigeria forward. As it is now, I have not expanded that aspect. And I believe that it can come. I can hold Nigerian team 5 years. I can tell you who can give me results. But up to now, this man is still doing experiments. I'm telling you, if you not see this man, Nigeria is not going anywhere. In terms of football and activities, people cannot move anywhere. The Nations Cup, the World Cup, we cannot move forward. That man has the technical ability to coach Nigeria. That's the fact.
Thank you, Garba. Thank you.
Somewhere in the glass, someone in the glass house is benefiting what's going on. All those people that signed that contract with that man, they are getting something in return.
We don't have evidence of that, Garba. Let us talk about the things that we have evidence with.
I know, Ken.
Yeah, those are just allusions.
I know that. But why are you picking that man? You tell me that in this country, we don't have someone individual you handily can take care of the salary of that man so that man will go. We have millionaires and they can do that.
Can you nominate one? Thank you, Garba. Thank you very much. I also want to take this from Stanley Aguma. He is the man managing Rivers United, and they are in Egypt taking on Al Masry. Please, before we just let us see. I hear him there today. They were taking Al Masry. The first leg ended 2-1 in Nigeria, and then they are there, and then he's saying everything is going to be all right. So let's see how far they are prepared and have to face the Egyptians, while Enyimba is also ready to play right there at home, taking on Al Ittihad of Al Ittihad Tripoli.
We arrived here safely, and players are in high spirits. I think we're ready for the game tomorrow. All things being equal, having a very level playground, we are sure of, coming out with a good result that will qualify us to the next stage of the competition.
All right, that is Stanley Aguma. Yes.
We hope Rivers United actually do us proud. But quick one, because we are running out of time. I think the most important thing will be for the ministry to work with the NFF and also the Lagos State Sports Commission if they want to continue using testing Ballon. Because right now, there are like 3 issues that have been raised. The issues of medical facilities, the issue of, on-field and off-field maintenance, which, definitely we should have a facilities team, a committee, either for Lagos or for the national, the federation. Okay. Also, the Anti-Doping Commission. There's supposed to be a doping control room there, and it's absent. So these are the things that have been raised by CAF. Now we have on the head of the CAF Security and Safety Committee is actually a Nigerian. The head of competitions is a Nigerian. So it's not as if we don't have representations, but are we doing the right things internally? Are we domesticating best practices?
Is before you see, it's ironic.
Yes.
Because before the league starts,
yes,
we have the team that will go and visit
inspect
stadium.
Yes.
And then we cannot inspect our own before the same team. If they are experts in all these areas, and we know what exactly expected. Because all these items they ticked out have already there. Yes. They say this is what we should have. Yes. Before you invite CAF to come, why have your team not gone around 2, 3, 4 times? Because I know the effort Lagos State government of government that are making in trying to get this done. We're talking about Abuja, the national stadium, because the Dangote groups put their money, not the federal government.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
And that's what is also happening at national stadium.
How sure are we that all these things are actually in place?
Okay. All right. Let's take Banjo. It's from Lagos. Say hello.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I've listened to you.
Yeah.
I think what is important is for us to look at the area of Guardian today that speaks so much well about the situation of Nigerian football, particularly the coach and the caliber of people that are managing Nigerian football. We are highly disappointed. Nigerians are lovers of football and lovers of soccer, but we don't have. How can we have a country and we have the level and quality of a coach that does not know left from right, a coach that cannot take us to anywhere, and we are running? It shows that this is the way Nigeria is being run. Sincerely, we are not happy. Okay. Sincerely, it's not good enough. Sincerely, I think the caliber of people that are running FFF today, who are supposed to be young people, should have a rethink about themselves. Sincerely, we are not happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. Okay.
I think collectively we need a very deep introspection as to what we need to get done. A lot of things have gone wrong. The malfeasance is odious. I mean, we all can see it, and we only can pray for the best moving forward. Let's do the right things at the right time.
Okay. Pray. Which one comes first? I think walk before pray. We always say, may the Lord bless the works of our hands. Yeah. So let us walk. Let us do the right thing. And I tell you, so that when we pray, we are praying that we can, reap from where we have sown. The manna has stopped falling a very, very long time ago. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Have a blessed Sunday.